My legends, Scion, we are back and we're going to talk about Soul Badguy today, which he is the collab character that you get relatively easy. We're going to talk about that at the end. For newer players, what you do for that compared to older players. But first, we're going to talk about Soul. Now, Soul is actually easier to use than Biken because he has a built-in mechanic that makes him do more damage regardless of whatever gear that he has. And that built-in mechanic pretty much works the same way that Joker works. Now, as you can see right here, it deals extra damage equivalent to 3% of the enemy's max health. Now, Soul has two skills that actually do that same exact thing, which means that no matter what he's fighting, he scales in-game. So power creep, it kind of doesn't matter because he's just going to scale along with it, which is a very good thing, and not many units in this game can actually do that. So we're going to ignore the first skill for just a little bit. Now, if you look at Volcanic Viper, it deals damage right there. It says a counterattack and silences for 2 turns when the enemy uses a non-attack skill or when the caster is attacked by elite or boss monster. Damage dealt increases proportion to the enemy's max health. So that's pretty much what, Joker does. It doesn't tell us what the equivalent of it is. It's like if it's 5%, 6%, or anything else like that, but it still works the same. And on top of that, this is a counter attack. It's only going to happen once per 2 turns, and that's fine. And you see the Roman cancel. If the fighting spirit is 100 at the end of the ally's turn, the caster consumes all fighting spirit before extending the duration of the buff to be granted an extra turn, which is pretty good. Now we go back to his one skill, which is Gunflame. Attacks enemy for pillars of fire. Damage dealt increases if the enemy isn't buffed. Gains fighting spirit if the critical is made. So you're going to want to go for critical on top of all that. Now the third skill, if you look right there, Tyrant Ray Verbata. Attacks with a strong punch, dispelling all buffs, which is extremely nice, before making them unable to be buffed for 2 turns. The damage dealt increases proportion to the enemy's max health. Again, a built-in Joker on the skill, which is pretty good, and then on top of that, he scales off of his damage as well. And you see right there, +1 is 5% damage, +2 is 5% damage. He has a cooldown negation, so you can bring this actually down to 4 turns and 10% damage dealt, as you can see right there. And then right here, this is all extra damage on top of this, no cooldown or anything else. It doesn't really have a cooldown. It would be nice if you can change the activation to 1 turn, but you can't do that. And right here is all damage as well. So with that said, you can kind of use Soul any way you want. You can make Soul a tank. You can make Soul a counter-attack type of tank. He can basically be, if not similar to ML Ken, which is crazy that, people who don't have an ML Ken, like he's like a lesser form of it. He's not as crazy destructive. Actually, I'm not even going to say that. He's definitely destructive. No, I guess you could say, what you could say is he's just not ML Ken, but he's close. It's about as close as you can get to him in this game. Now, me personally, I have backup gear, and I was at this gear laying around. I know some of you probably never even seen me have this backup set because my main life lead set is actually on Charles right now, and he's tanking. Works well with him, so I'm never taking it off Charles. It just works well with him. Now, as far as Soul, he can go with the life leech. He can go with attack crit. He can go with attack hit. He can go with damage, like destruction and crit. Like you can pretty much put him damn near in anything except for HP gear, and he's going to bust ass. You can put him in rage gear, and that would actually work a little bit as well. Now it depends though with rage because you probably need his artifact, which I'm kind of not the greatest fan of. Let's see, where did I put it? Oh, there it is. It's not even on. Which chance the burn for 2 turns, like it's alright. This percent is not that high, and we are going to have plenty of chances to actually get this up to a higher rate, so it could be like close to max and everything else, because all through the event we're going to be able to get different junkyard dogs, and we can actually get another one right now if we so see fit. to put this percentage up, but I'm still not that big of a fan of Junkyard Dog. Maybe others might be, but me personally, I'm just kind of like, whatever. Now, in hindsight, just like with Biken's artifact, both these artifacts, even if they miss, they still proc, which I'm pretty sure that's not supposed to happen, but if they leave it, whatever. All right. So let's just go in and actually use him somewhere. And actually, before we do that, I know last video people were saying, like, I don't, and I didn't really understand that, because I just want to take my time the same way that I'm doing right now, is properly explain things, because when I don't do that, people complain that I don't take the time to explain things. And in the last video I did with Biking, people were complaining that it took time to explain things. Like, you just can't make people happy. I'm just gonna do whatever the fuck I want to do. So like I don't get it. I don't get it. All right. So when it comes to Soul, what you can actually do is you can get him right here, and you'll see that, you know, it's pretty much sold out. You need 2,500 of these records to actually get him. Now, it's actually easier to do this at the final stage on Hell and with both the artifacts, if you have both the artifacts. Now, when I did this, I did not have Biken's artifact, because I hadn't summoned yet, because the game was acting all laggy and I didn't feel like dealing with it. So the only artifact that I really had was the artifact that you get basically in the story mode, and that's Soul's artifact. So I was using Soul, and actually not Soul, but I was using Soul's artifact to make this easier on me with Hell. Now, people who are newer to the game are not going to be able to do hard in Hell, so you're going to be stuck doing easy and normal, which in some sense, a lot of people say, if not, which is probably true, that you save energy actually doing things on easy and normal. And on top of that, when you go to Reputation, what that does is that allows you to actually clear stages more and actually get leafs, which actually saves you more energy, because you're getting leafs to actually turn around and use in the stages, which this is going to take you a while to actually do. You can build fodder during this point in time. You can get extra resources and just sell gear and sell monsters if you don't want to use the monsters, if you don't care about fodder. So it's very lucrative, and it still is going to end up free for you, even as a weaker player, doing it from easy to normal. It's just going to take you a longer period of time to do it. I know some people said that it still took them like a day or two to actually do it. They were grinding, because that is a lot of fighting, that easy and normal, to get 2,500 records, but people did it. And grats to them, and they got Soul, and he's definitely a character that's worth doing that. So even if you have a weaker team, there's no excuse for you. Get out there, grind it, and get this character. All right, so we're gonna take him somewhere that I can actually use him. It's not in the best of gear right now, but I'm gonna do my best to show you guys somewhere. All right, so we're taking him in the Golem 10, and I should be able to kind of like point them. I shouldn't have to control this too much, which should be fun. I'm actually pretty impressed with both these characters. They're good in different ways. You have Biken, who's highly technical, and Soul is just good no matter what. Like, no matter what you want to do with him, he's just good. It's funny. And I find him extremely good and useful using him on using him with the lifesteal. So you pretty much got to see his history. Is his gun blade. Alright, from here I'm just gonna point them, because I don't want this idiot to be healing and buffing too long.
Release mana.
Did I click that?
Hello?
Sure didn't. That's fine.
Shall we?
He sounds like Biken, the actual, I guess what I want to say. Like, his actual sound effects is so satisfying. Like, it's just so much fun listening to him. Like, it's so violent.
I present to you.
I love it. Alright, so he's gonna just stun everybody. Well, until she does that.
To my song. Shine free.
For King Arthur.
And Charles is just gonna do his thing. Out of the waste. 17k? Nice. And pretty much the crystal got punched in the face because it buffed.
Can you hold out for more?
Soul was like, bitch, did you just buff? No, you didn't. Hold this L real quick. Like, he just does such good damage. Like he's not geared really at all, to be honest with you. I'll show you guys exactly what he has after this. But it kind of doesn't matter.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's shine!
Now, I'm actually wondering if you can double Joker. I kind of don't want to.
Will you help me?
I'll help.
This is gonna be over. You like move?
Go away. I present to you the greatest magic.
It's gonna be so much fun once we get these characters up to the point of being properly geared. I'm probably gonna throw attack on him though.
Kneel before.
And give him an attack and then get him some nice crit and hopefully like around 200.
Entertain me, please.
Yeah, around 200 crit damage, and if I can get even higher, even better.
Okay. Release mana.
That combo. They procced right off of each other. So much fun. He's like so loud. He's like, alright. He's just such an awesome unit. It's so much fun. So this is what he's wearing right now. As you can see, it's not great. It's not great at all. Could definitely be better. Definitely. And this is the stats that he has overall. And I'm working on the Awakening. See, I need 2 more of them. I'm farming that literally like right now. And then he'll get his extra. Actually, you know what? I'm messing up. His first stage, 3% attack. Second stage is 4% crit. Then you have the Awakening, which allows it to not be buffed and the damage dealt, you know, not be buffed for 2 turns, and as you can see right there. And go. I think this is 4. No, that's 5. This is 4. You get speed right here, which is interesting. That he's getting the speed. 6% attack right there, and you see I already knocked that out already. And then finally right there you get 8% crit at the end right there. That is sexy right there. That's a big jump right there. I love that 8% crit right there. So if I throw that on what I have already, push him up to 75%. Then stuff like I'm just have Hellcutter on him right now. But being that he's the last one to attack, basically, that puts him with the Hellcutter. It's about, if he's at 75, about 87% right there. So he's pretty much going to crit majority of the time. He'll throw out some normal hits every once in a while, but he's definitely a very good unit to have out there. And his actual imprint, I don't have one, but I believe his imprint is defense, right? Yep. Defense, and his defense to the top front line. So you're probably going to want to have him on the bottom when you actually get him out there. Like, I don't have him on the bottom right now because he don't even have his imprint, but you're going to want to have him underneath and this little spot right here next to the lock to the left. You want to have him right there, and then have whoever you want to have in the front up top, like, you know, like for me it would be like Charles and even Balana to be put up there so they can get extra defense. And yeah, so that's all I got for you guys. Good luck If you haven't gotten him yet, trust me, guys, just get him. Like, there's no excuse. He's a really good unit. He's an easy unit compared to the bike and the gear. Like, you can damn near throw anything on him, and he's going to kick ass. This is just the way it is. Somebody let me know if you can double Joker. What I basically mean by that is, will Joker have an additive effect on his skills on top of that? Because if that's the case, then he's the most scalable character in this game. If that's the case, I'm not sure if it actually works like that, and I can't see any proof of it, because that's why I keep changing back and forth to try to see it, but I don't really see any major difference for me to say it 100%. If anybody's actually tested already, please let me know, because like I said, if that is the case and Joker works on him, then he's easily the most scalable character in the game, and probably can get the highest damage. Probably. I'm going to say probably, because it depends on what he's fighting and stuff like that. He's not going to just raw damage wise, you know, other people are going to scale higher because it's a scale higher. But with that said, against certain monsters, if Joker works along with his 2 and his 3, then he'll probably scale higher than everybody else. So I'll catch you guys next video. Be legendary, like and subscribe, follow me on Twitch, Twitter, and Discord. Links will be in the description, and if you want to be first in notification squad, then notification bell. Peace. Be legendary.